It's an active conversation. It is a difficult one because in these blades, there's there's resin, there's carbon fiber, there's fiberglass, there's balsa wood even. But recycling them is very difficult. Now, a handful of turbine companies, Vestas is one, Siemens Gamesa is another, have developed fully recyclable blades that customers are now starting to buy, but it's just recently. We have, 35 years of wind turbine components sitting out there that are non-recyclable. And unfortunately, what is happening up until now is that these blades are being cut into pieces and stored in areas until we find a way to use the raw materials from them again. A couple of companies are working on shredding the fiberglass in here into smaller particles and then basically puffing it up and using it for insulation. Other companies are using it for sound deadening material to put on walls and on ceilings, especially in airports, but also next to busy roadways where the neighbors don't want the noise. Now, this fiberglass and resin is, of course, made to last. So if you shred this up and use it for noise canceling or noise abatement on major highways, it'll last forever or close to it. But it is an issue, and it is something that the wind industry is struggling with and trying to find solutions for. The majority of a wind turbine is fully recyclable. Fully recyclable. Everything is made out of steel. The tower is made out of steel. The gearbox is made out of steel. Main shaft. The hub is a big cast piece. What does that weigh? 20 tons in and of itself. Just the hub that holds onto the three blades, right? Fully recyclable. Motors, copper in the motors and in the generator. Pretty much everything else but the blades, and they're getting there, is recyclable. To the point where when we develop some of these wind farms, we have in the past put money aside to ensure that we can take the turbines down, remove the foundations, and put the land back to how it was. We're the only industry that is forced to do that, and I don't complain about it. But now, because our turbines are so recyclable, that cost that we have to put aside is actually diminishing, because recycling companies will come out and say, yes, let's have it, because this is a gold mine, because there's so much steel available in such a small land mass that they just basically come out, chop it up, let it fall over, and take the pieces with them. Leave the tower in place and put a new wind turbine on it, and that's all good and fine, but look at what's happening has happened over the last 35 years. The evolution of the turbine. It's cheaper, it's easier just to take it down, put a new one up, new foundation, etc. And we have a little engineering thing that's called fatigue. Fatigue loading on these. If you just put a new turbine on, as an engineer, I'll not guarantee that tower can hold up, because it's designed for a fatigue life. 25 years, and these turbines see an enormous amount of load. So we did a quick calculation. If an automobile had to live the same life as a wind turbine, meaning the cycles it goes through, the average car would last about a month and a half. So that's the standards we develop, we engineer these things for.